Hi, hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm feeling pumpkin spicy. I actually made a little pumpkin spice latte this morning. I make my own pumpkin spice syrup and had a French press, and I was like, this is so good. I think it's time for a pumpkin spice look. It is not quite fall. I think there's it's still August. It's the late August, but I think now's the time. Now's the time to bring out the pumpkin. So, I haven't done like a chatty get ready with me in a while, so that's what today's going to be. And yeah, we're gonna do a pumpkin spice look, which is one of my favorite looks to do. I wanna say since 2019, maybe? I think since 2019 I've done a pumpkin spice look. It's all on my Instagram. I'll try to find screenshots and put them up. But I remember actually my very first collaboration I did on Instagram was a pumpkin spice collab. And I did it with my friends Lacey, who goes by Rocky Makeup, Rocky_makeup on Instagram, and Alex, who is, I want to say _into panning or just into panning. I can't quite remember. But that was my very first collab that I had ever done on Instagram, and it was a pumpkin spice look. And I feel like I did another collab in 2020. I truly don't know. Last year's pumpkin spice look was really nice. It was very glittery. And I'm feeling kind of grungy, so I want to do like a punky pumpkin spice look. That's the goal. I'm thinking like a heavy blush draping look. Real smoked out at the bottom. I pulled 3 palettes out, which doesn't mean anything because I might change my mind half the way through. But I did pull 3 palettes that I thought would be pumpkin spice appropriate. I just used the REM blurring primer to get started. I'll do my base first and then we'll get into the eyes. But I pulled the Brew palette because it's very pumpkin spicy. I've got, they've got the only thing that's kind of lacking, although I guess Spice Chai would be it for me. I was thinking I would like a nice orange, like burnt orange, a sienna, something that was a warm orange, not necessarily a bright orange, but that might do it for me. And I was thinking of this kind of like maroon, deep purple plummy color to go with it. So I could absolutely make a look with just this. But then I also pulled my Norvina Volume 3, yes, pigment palette, thinking, boom, let's see if I can find them. This is a beautiful shimmer. So is this one. They look like this. Like, this one is just really speaking to me. I really like that shimmer. It's kind of like a satin shimmer, but it's just like that. It's purple. I was gonna say purple. It's that orangey color that I'm kind of looking for. It's a little bit brighter than I was looking for, but I truly love it. And I've got the browns. There's that little purple right there. So I feel like I could make a good look with that. But then I also pulled the Volume 6 because it's just a little bit grungier and it has this row of oranges as well as having that deeper plum. Well, that's pretty brown, but I could even go just like plain purple. But that's a little Halloween-y. I don't know. But I was called to this row of oranges. So I don't know. I'm gonna do my base and think about it. And decide what to do. I feel like I've used my Brew palette a lot, which doesn't mean I shouldn't use it, but it would be nice to give my other palettes some love. I reach for the Brew palette all the time. And then I did pull, as well, my Fenty Chili Mango Cream Blush, which looks like that. And, of course, what's a pumpkin spice look without Luminoso, right? Milani's Luminoso. Which I don't know, I feel like I might need another blush just to like complete a drape because those are pretty bright. I feel like I need something a little bit more for the outside. So I might reevaluate that as well. And I have 2 lips in mind. This is just not a fully fleshed out look yet. We're gonna go on this journey together. We're gonna figure it out. It's gonna look great. But let me go grab the 2 lippies. I got 3. I got 3. So the first one that I got is this NYX Lingerie XXL in It's Hotter. It looks like this. It's more red than I thought it was a little bit oranger, but it looks like that. Muy caliente. And then I have the Lime Crime Velvet Lip in Pumpkin, obviously. Makes a lot of sense for this look. And it looks like that. Why am I so bad at swatching? It looks like that. And they do dry down matte, obviously. They're matte lipsticks. And then I have the ColourPop Ultra Matte Lip in Mama, which I probably should have like decluttered, but I can't seem to let it go. And it's just a touch deeper than the Lime Crime one. Just a touch. So those are the 3 lips. And I think they're 3 good lips. Maybe not the NYX one. Maybe not the NYX one. I think I thought it leaned more orange than red, but we'll keep them up here just in case. Okay, so that's the plan. Primer's good. Let's go in with some concealer. I'm gonna use the REM Pot Concealer. I don't know what it's called. I think it's just this concealer. Even the box, when I had the box, I was like, what is this product called? It's just like a concealer. Anyway, I am liking it a lot. So, yes, pumpkin spice, ready for fall. So ready for fall. It's been very hot, very humid here in Texas, where in my little area of Texas, which Texas is big, so I don't really know what it's like elsewhere. I'm assuming hot. It's just so hot. I'm very much over the hot. I want sweaters. I want plaid. I want boots. I want pumpkin stuff. Would be nice. And yeah, so I thought my skin was having a bad reaction to a product. I got that Glow Recipe Niacinamide Dewdrops, which everybody raves about. So I was using that, and then my skin hella broke out. So I have stopped using it, but I also started skin cycling, which I found on TikTok. And basically you do one night, it's a 4-night cycle. You start with exfoliation, so you use an exfoliating product or 2, chemical usually, BHAs, AHAs, BHAs, I don't know about AHAs, BHAs for sure. But yeah, you do an exfoliation, and the next night is your retinoid night, and then you have 2 nights of recovery, so just hydration and slugging should you like that, which I do. And I literally started that last week, and my skin started doing this, which I thought was the niacinamide drops, but maybe my skin's just purging. I don't really know. It's bad. Like, it's very painful acne, and I'm a picker and I can't help it, so I have to pop them, which makes it worse. I know. Don't come for me. I know the errors of my ways, but I cannot stop. So, but I'm still always impressed by how kind of good my skin looks. I think these have gone down a lot. Oh, I missed one. They used to be very raised and very big, and now I feel like they're a little bit flatter, so easier to conceal. But even, I did a full face yesterday, and I was just like, damn, you can't even tell I have bad skin right now. so yeah. Unlike the NARS Pot Concealer, Ultra Matte, Soft Matte Complete Concealer. This doesn't really dry down completely. So I know I've been like sitting here because that's just what I do and I let it dry down. But it still always stays a little bit emollient, but it doesn't get picked up by the brush when I add foundation on. So I'm not mad about that. It's just a habit to kind of like let it sit for a minute. And then I'm gonna go in with, actually I'm gonna put some of this on. This is the Maybelline 4-in-1 Perfector. I'm gonna put these on my high points just for a little added glow. And then I'm gonna use a full coverage foundation that I haven't used in a while. Ooh, speaking of this foundation that I'm going to use, just kind of put it in between everywhere that I put that concealer. Just a little illumination. So I've realized I have a lot of Milani products. Milani might be my #1 drugstore brand with how much products I have from them. Although saying that, I know I just not too long ago finished a Milani primer, so I don't have one of those at the moment. But I was thinking of doing a full face, almost full face, because I truly don't want to go out and buy anything because I have enough, but full face of Milani products because I have so many and they truly are so good. Where's my, here, oh it is here. It was in my drawer. I just restocked my little beauty thing, so. But yeah, this is the Milani 2-in-1 Perfect. This is the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation. I have the shade OOB Light. And it says medium to full coverage. This is the fullest coverage foundation that I currently own at the moment, between the L'Oreal Tinted Serum and the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation, which I find to be medium coverage. And I don't necessarily feel that I need a full coverage makeup at the moment. I just haven't used this in a while and I thought it would be a good time. And I just realized I have stuff all over my hand, so I will use this hand now. Boop. It's truly like a pump and a quarter that I use, and that's typically enough. So yes, ready for fall. Lots of tangents, my apologies. Ready for fall, ready for colder, cooler weather. Yeah, it's just time. Summer has been here for absolutely forever. And I truly just really like not summer. I like summer occasionally. I wish summer was more intermittent. I wish it was like how it is in the winter here, where we have some cold days, you know, pretty chilly, but then it's mostly just warm. Why can't summer be like that? Why can't summer be, oh, the occasional 90+ degree day, but everything else is just the constant 70 degrees? Let's make a petition. Let's make that happen. Let's make that happen. That sounds nice. But yeah. Again, it's been, I don't know the last time I did a Chatty Get Ready With Me, so I'll fill you in. We just recently had a foundation repair on the house because our foundation was whack, which really sucks because we bought this house. So back up, start over. We rented this house before we bought it. It's the only house we've been in since we've moved here. And we rented it for about 1.5 years-ish. And it was on the market for about a year, almost a year. I want to say like 8 or 9 months. And it was on the market. It was really annoying. People coming and going looking at the house. Literally the most annoying thing ever. Anthony was gone for most of that because he travels a lot for work. And he was home like during the holidays and stuff, and people were coming and going. It literally happened one time while he was here. You know when you can feel a hair but you can't see it? Oh, I feel it. But yeah, he was here for like one of those things. He's like, oh my God, this is so inconvenient. This is so annoying. We should buy this house so people will stop coming. And I was like, not a good reason to buy a house. And then he was like, but all our stuff is already here. We won't have to pack anything to move. And if somebody else buys this house, we're gonna have to move. And I was like, you make a good point. So long story short, we ended up buying the house. Or well, we put an offer in. Things were going. We had that like weird snowstorm, Snowmageddon. So this is in 2021. And it really pushed everything back, inspection wise and whatnot. It took a very long time for us to like close on the house and everything. And after the inspections, we kind of like, because of the inspections, we were like, ooh, you know, like there's actually a lot wrong with this house, more than we realized, more than what maybe we want for being first-time homeowners and such like that. One big thing being the foundation. The foundation needed to be repaired, and the roof was bad, which like when you're renting, you don't notice these things, you don't care, like whatever, not my problem. It becomes your problem when you buy the house. So we were like, never mind. We're gonna look elsewhere. We want a different house. And so we started looking at other houses. And then the owners for this house came back and they were like, what do you need? What do you want? What do you need to buy this house? Like, what would make you buy this house? Because they were just done. They just thought they had it sold. It was on the market for a long time. So we were just like, give us a new roof and repair the foundation. And we'll buy the house for, you know, whatever we offer. So we kept the offer as was, but we got they repaired the foundation and they put on a new roof. Fantastic. We buy the house, it's great. And then earlier this year, things started moving, things started shifting. We had holes in the wall, not holes, I'm sorry, cracks in the walls. The floor started moving away from the floorboard started moving away from the walls. The ceiling started moving away from the walls started moving away from the ceiling. So just cracks and holes and yeah. Doors wouldn't shut. And we were just like, this really sucks. Why is this happening? Because our foundation was whack. I don't know what happened. I don't know if we got duped. And they were just like, only this much of the house needs to be repaired, because they only did it like part of the house repaired. Long story short, the house needed to be repaired. So we just did that, like the beginning of this week. We just did that. All our doors shut again. There's no more cracks. A lot of the cracks in the walls have kind of like sealed back up. So we're in a good place. I think we're in a good place. I think we'll be okay. But yeah, that's what's going on house side. And because of it, so before we decided to get it repaired, because we just didn't know how much it was going to cost. We didn't know what it was going to take. It seemed like a very big undertaking. It was a big undertaking when we didn't even pay for it the first time. And Anthony travels a lot, so he wasn't going to be here. That was stressful, but it all worked out. But if we hadn't gotten the repair, it just like kind of put a damper on everything that we wanted this house to be. I'm gonna go with the Norvina palettes. And I lost my eye primer. I don't know where my Milani eye primer is. I feel like maybe it's at work, so hopefully I find it when I go back. So we're going in without primer. I'm gonna start with this one. So ideally this house, what it's meant to be, aside from a place to live, is we wanted it to kind of become a rental. We want to rent it out when and if we should ever move and have that kind of like passive income. But there was absolutely no way we could rent this house out, not to college students, maybe like to a single family or whatever, but our doors didn't shut. Literally, the doors did not latch, they did not stay closed. You can't have, you know, like college kids don't want that. They want some sort of privacy. And just because of it, I mean, obviously we would get like a property management company and all that, but it just seemed like a money pit. It just seemed like we would constantly be having to repair things and if we'd even be able to rent it out. So we kind of like put the kibosh on that, and we're just like, I guess we can't do that anymore. I guess that kind of sucks. Not what we wanted from this. So, but now that it's repaired, we can kind of like, we can fix things now. We can remodel, we can renovate a little bit. We don't have like huge plans, but you know, we have more options now that the house is better. So that's fun, and I'm excited for that. I'm excited to have that opportunity to, you know, take on projects around. My camera died, so the battery that's in there now does not last long. I don't want to rush through this, but this might take longer than I thought. So anyways, as I was saying, I don't actually remember what I was saying. Our house has been repaired, things are good. I just put that one color on. I'm looking at both my palettes now, and I'm thinking I'm gonna go in with the Norvina 3, this one right here. Orange it up, and I'm gonna be quiet for a while and try to get most of my eyes done before it dies. For whatever reason, this battery just does not last. It's charged. It says it was fully charged. OMG, I've had nothing but camera problems. I didn't get very far before that other battery died, even though it said it was full. So I took advantage of the charging batteries. So I did my hair, changed my clothes. Let's finish this look. I am done chit-chatting. I'm just gonna do the look now. I have something that I need to do in a little bit. This truly has taken way longer than it needed to. I feel like this should have been done an hour ago. Anyways, I went in with that orange, and now I'm going to just continue. Please enjoy. look. It's not quite what I envisioned. I think the eyes are actually very pretty, but I think I never go heavy enough. At least it doesn't look like it on camera. With the blush, I wanted a heavier blush. Luminoso may not be it for that, but we're just gonna build it up a little bit more. I don't really feel like I need any highlight. It's very pretty on its own. And I was gonna do lashes, but I actually don't feel like lashes anymore. Again, this took way too long. And I ordered new batteries. Those will be here the end of the month. I think I did like rush shipping for it. I was like, I can't do this anymore. This is ridiculous. Put my little freckles on. I'm not gonna go big in freckles. I wanted this to be grungy, punky, but it turned out just too pretty. And I think the hair contributes to that. It's kind of like a soft little updo. And there's nothing wrong with that. It just wasn't quite the vibe I was going for. So now we're just gonna do this. Just a little soft, little wash of freckles. Very nice. I did get all kinds of mascara. Oh! Oh! Shoot. Got mixed with something. But I think it's very pretty. I think it's very pretty. And I honestly, I don't know, now I'm feeling kind of like a, We'll go with pumpkin. We'll go with pumpkin for the pumpkin spice look. Of course. Why not? All right. We made it. We made it through my pumpkin spice chit chat. Get ready with me. Hold some of the chit chat. It just took too long. I'm glad I made it though. I do love it. You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with some good warm tones, which I love. It's pretty simple, but it did turn out, I want to call it more of a romantic look, especially since I was going for grungy. Punky. Didn't quite achieve that, but it's a nice, pretty, romantic pumpkin spice look. So, if you made it this far, you saw it all the way through, I want to thank you for this hot mess chit-chat attempt. But if you did make it this far, leave me your favorite fall drink, whether it's tea or coffee. Just what is your go-to drink in the fall? What do you love as the temperatures start to cool off? Let me know. I'd love to try some new drinks that aren't pumpkin spice lattes. And I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever it is you may be. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.